Good morning. I'm so happy to be here with Art Libera and Brian Calkins of Design Commerce Agency. Could you please take a moment to tell me about yourselves?
Brian Calkins, I joined the agency about 10 years ago. Since then, we've been really working to take an agency that specializes in guest design collaborations and to digitize it for the 21st century. And we'll be talking a lot about that, what guest design collaborations mean for PR, for social media, for launch events, for other marketing capabilities that have pretty much gone completely 100% digital at this point.
And my name's Art Libera. I'm the co-founding partner of Design Commerce Agency. I started another agency called Eye for Art about 25 years ago. And 10 years ago, I decided that I needed to change the company. And Brian was exactly the right partner to do that with, much more for digital marketing and approaching the retail side, and just rethinking the original agency that I had founded. I thought a fresh start with DCA was the right way to go, and here we are 10 years later.
So your website, social media, and other marketing collateral are wonderful examples of what you do as an agency for guest design. Can you tell me about guest design and what that means?
Sure. Guest design, and we often add the word collaboration as the active verb. It's really about pairing a designer or a design team with a retailer or a manufacturer to do a collection of products, usually in one or two categories, like maybe upholstery and occasional furniture, to create a living room lifestyle presentation. And it's usually designed to reinforce the brand, which is the manufacturer, and to bring a lifestyle component in from the designer and his team or her team. That's really what guest design is. It's a way of amplifying a core brand with a lifestyle brand from the designer's point of view that makes the whole presentation stronger, creates something new, which is great for PR and social media, and adds a lot of emphasis and amplification in the marketing materials that can come from that collection.
Art, you've been pairing designers with manufacturers for 25 years, like you said. Can you tell me what the most exciting part of guest collaborations are?
Well, I think that's the key word is collaboration, because it's really using the strategy to find exactly the right talent with exactly the right manufacturer or retailer. To me, that is the most exciting part, is strategizing to find the relationship and then nursing it along and watching it grow and evolve, and hopefully we're successful. It's not that way every time, but it's great when it happens.
Brian, your agency is celebrating its 10th anniversary. How has it evolved from the original intent to where you are today?
Well, 10 years ago was 2014, and it was such an explosion of influencer content on places like Instagram, Facebook. Snapchat was sort of for tweeners at that point. TikTok was not even a gleam in anybody's eye at that point. There was such a significant emphasis on celebrity influencers, like the Kardashians, let's say, and then also very, very popular and heavily followed brand ambassadors and influencers, like Song of Style is a good example in the apparel market. Kelly Wearstler had, I think, 327,000 followers in 2014. She got on the trend early, and she really benefited from that. So 10 years ago, we really saw kind of a panic about what are we going to do in this space for influencer marketing. And things have calmed down a lot since then. 10 years later, everybody realizes that it's an incredibly authentic, effective way to engage potential consumers and even existing consumers with a brand. But now our agency in particular is looking for more pedigreed, more authentic pairings between designers and brands so that it doesn't feel quite as sensational as it was 10 years ago.
So to both of you, your most recent collaborations for Roger Thomas with Stoneyard and Alex Wigmaster with Walters are new introductions for both of those designers. Can you tell me about those projects?
Well, I'll let Art talk about Stoneyard first.
Okay. The collaboration with Stoneyard and Roger Thomas is one that really comes from decades of them collaborating together. Roger developed the love for Stoneyard products, I believe, when he was designing and installing the Bellagio Hotel, which, as you know, is filled with all kinds of plant materials and trees. And particularly in the Esplanade or the mall kind of main shopping arcades that you see at Bellagio and Wynn and Encore, you'll very often see large palm trees and other things like that. But one of the things that Roger developed with Stoneyard was a kind of a ball-bearing wheel mounted inside these enormous pots, so he could move them around like designers love to do. So Stoneyard worked with him to develop all kinds of custom things that made the ease of cleaning and operation of the hotel really much easier for them. And he's had such a great relationship with them and bought many of their products for decades, and just decided to submit a series of designs, and they loved them and they developed them rather quickly, and that's the launch. So a lot of our licenses come from pre-existing relationships, or we create them. But in this case, it was a previous business relationship that turned into a very successful new launch and collaboration.
I also think that Roger's collection for Stoneyard, it has a very urban geometric quality, which is something that's kind of new for them. And I think it changes the brand a little bit, but maybe more importantly, it gives consumers more choice and elevates the brand as well. Yeah, and Alex Wugmaster, boy, I could talk about Alex all day. He's our youngest designer, and he spent 10 years at Wynn Resorts with Roger Thomas as his protege in many ways. And the collection that he's done for Walters was really in the context of a project he had to completely redo the pool deck at the Bellagio Hotel in Las Vegas. So this is like a fantastic opportunity for Alex to show his brand in an exciting new way. And Walters was pleased to get a very large order for the entire pool deck of the Bellagio, adding more luxury chaise chairs than what had previously existed, and cabanas, which is a mega trend in hospitality, outdoor pool area. And so it was kind of a win-win for Alex and for Walters to do some really great, well-constructed, high luxury products that will now go in the line and can be sold now that the Bellagio pool has opened. Part of the way we do these contracts is that then the product can be sold to the general public through Walters' usual distribution channels. So it's really exciting.
Brian, where are the trends in guest design taking us in the second half of the 2020s?
Well, I touched on that a little bit earlier, that we're seeing more of it. The pandemic was kind of a big sort of stop everything moment in design, because everybody was so focused on their supply chains at that time. But we're seeing more guest design, and we're seeing brands, retailers, and manufacturers that have never done it suddenly realizing that they have to do it, that it is a form of marketing a brand and promoting a brand and elevating a brand that is here to stay. And what I'm seeing is that each brand is choosing to do it very, very uniquely, that meets their needs for product, and it also meets their needs for reinforcing or amplifying their brand, and creates great marketing materials as well in the process.
Art and Brian, I know that you keep your videos on guest design on your YouTube channel and your website, and that there will be more to come.
Thank you, Sheree.
Thanks, Sheree. Thanks very much.